Join with computer audio.
And I had it set to automatically record. You can pause it. Hello and welcome to Senior Night at Monroe. We are going to go through this presentation to talk about what to expect for senior year here at Monroe. So first, we're going to review the senior support staff. For the seniors this year, there are 2 counselors. My name is Miss Wilson, and I am assigned the monolingual students, and Miss Payton works with our bilingual students. We also have Mr. Smith, who helps with any of the NCAA clearinghouse for our athletes. And for admins, we have Mr. Bianchi and Mr. Rodriguez. And then our social workers, we have Ms. Ruffin and Ms. Diaz. And for our class advisors, we have Ms. Dambra and Ms. Claus. This presentation will be shared, and you can also click on the links here. So if you are interested in ordering the cap and gowns, this is where you go. It's going to ask basic questions like your height and your weight. There's also a link for the class rings. And if you purchase a class ring, the cap and gown price is actually free if you order a class ring. So again, these links will be provided for you so you can easily click on them. And this is just a review for what the seniors were shown last week when they had their grade level meeting. So just some dates to be aware. There is a prom that is scheduled. More information will come out in regards to prom and graduation as we get closer, but we have the dates right here. Again, with COVID, everything is always subject to change. But again, as information comes out, we will pass that information along. What we're going to talk about today is graduation requirements, the college application process, and financial aid. So as far as graduation requirements go, 22 credits is across the board for whatever diploma type the student is graduating with. For local diplomas, it tends to be, it's 55 or higher on the Regents exams. And then for Regents diploma, 65 and the 5. I'll actually get into in a couple of slides the difference in the exams between the Regents diploma and the Regents diploma with advanced designation. So English requirement is 4 credits. So every year a student will be taking an English class. Social studies is the same, although there will be a 10 hours of civic action project to go with that, as well as a public policy presentation that will take place. Math is a 3-credit requirement, although 4 credits is highly recommended, especially if a student is planning on going to a 4-year college. Science is similar to math with the 3 credits, but again, 4 depending on if they plan on going to 4-year school. One of those credits has to be from a life science, and one of those has to be from a physical science. The LOTE requirement, which is language other than English, 1 credit is required. If someone is going for the advanced designation diploma, then you have to have had 3 years of a LOTE and then take the checkpoint B exam. The additional requirements are PE. So if a student is taking PE every year, that will get them to their 2 credits that they need. Health, fine art, so any of the art, the music classes, 1 credit worth of that. And then electives, so 3.5 credits worth of elective. If they take additional years of math and science or additional LOTE classes, those can all go towards elective credits. Again, this is just a side-by-side comparison of the local and Regents diploma and then the advanced diploma. So you can see the difference in the math. So there's 2 additional math class or exams that are needed, as well as an additional science, and then the LOTE exam. The CLI by Literacy is also an award that students can receive. They have to show the ability to speak, read, and write in 2 languages. in order to get the seal of biliteracy. So this right here, we're just going to play just, again, getting students thinking about possible college and career opportunities from one of our own teachers and the journey that they went through. So we will play this.
So my name is Crystal Marie Colon. I was born and raised in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and I am an English major. I first came to Rochester in 2011, where I started high school at East. And it was when I was at East High School that I was able to take 2 tours at the University of Rochester. I fell in love with the campus and just everything about it. During the summer of 2014, I worked as a program assistant for the University of Rochester's Upward Bound pre-college program. So that program serves high school students in the city of Rochester in grades 9 through 12. And basically it helps teach these high school students what it's like to be on a college campus, what it takes in order to get into college. Starting this summer, I will be attending the Warner School of Education. I received a full ride scholarship to Warner to get my master's in teaching adolescent English in grades 7 through 12. Rochester has so much potential. There's so much youth in the city schools that they have the brains, they have the inspiration, they have the energy, but sometimes they just don't have the connections. So I feel that me going into the city school district and being that role model, being that mentor, they will be able to see that it's possible to achieve your dreams, to reach for your goals and do whatever you want to do.
So we just like to share that just because I think it gives a perspective of a teacher that we have here in our building and the journey that they went to. So we're not only looking at college-bound students, we want our students to have a plan after graduation. We don't want them to just get a diploma and then not know what to do from there. So these are some certificate programs that are available. REOC is one. Again, all these links are going to be clickable so we can research. We'll be talking to our students about the opportunity, but there's also Job Corps and OASIS. Then we have two-year community colleges. Again, we have for MCC here, we have their certificate programs here, as well as their associate degrees, and then any 2+2 programs. So if they want to start out at a 2-year school and then go on to a 4-year school, this way they can make sure that the classes they're taking are stuff that will be transferable to that college. And so then just different reasons that someone might consider a 2-year college. Cost is a factor. If you're undecided about what you want to do and you maybe want to take a couple of other classes just to get a feel for it, and to see what the difference is between a college level class. Also, like depending, maybe your GPA was a little lower, especially with COVID. We understand that things have been difficult for certain students. So if their GPA isn't where they want it to be, this could be a good opportunity. Again, if students are working and they want to continue to work, this could be reasons why they're looking at a 2-year school. 4-year school. So we were actually really fortunate. Yesterday we had Rochester area colleges come in and meet with our students. So they got to talk to them about it. There were public schools there, there were private schools, a bunch of the SUNY schools were here. So again, there's lots of different factors, but these are just different types of colleges. We also have talked to our students about SATs and the importance of the SATs. Our seniors will be taking the SATs here at school on October 13th. So some schools are test optional. So we explain that to our students that because of COVID, some of the requirements with the SATs has shifted to be test optional. But again, we are going to be taking it here at school for our students. Again, encouraging our students, if you qualify for the programs, the HEOP, EOP, so higher education opportunities, educational opportunity programs, it's based on income and academics. Again, there's a link there so people can research these programs more. So now the college application process. So college applications are sent through Naviance, and Common App is going to be something that you hear a lot. So Common App will help link through Naviance for the applications. It's important that you are looking at the deadlines, especially if there's certain schools you're looking at. A lot of those applications are due before Thanksgiving. Some colleges have rolling admissions that you can apply at any point. So whatever colleges you're looking at, it's important that you're paying attention to what those deadlines are. And again, communicate it with your school counselor. If you're applying to a school, we have to submit stuff on our end, and we don't know you apply unless that is communicated. Again, when you're looking at a school, it's good to see what your SAT scores are and see how good of a match you would be with what the requirements at that school, but then have at least like kind of one like safety backup school. We'll actually be working on college applications here during one of the classes and showing students how to apply to colleges so they can at least get comfortable with it moving forward. Again, we are taking the SATs here at school, October 13th. Students must be on time that day. And in our Google Classroom is where we're putting a lot of the information. So we had put our presentation about the SAT and the importance of SATs in that Google Classroom as well. A personal statement essay is also used to help set students apart in the college application process. It is something that students can definitely start and then give enough time where you can give your teacher some time to review it, as well as your school counselors. Letters of recommendations. So those letter recommendation requests will again go through Naviance. You will go into Naviance. We will show the students how to do that. You will select 2 teachers to communicate that you're interested in them. Talk to the teachers. If you know that there's a teacher in mind who you want to have write a letter of recommendation for you, have that conversation as soon as possible. Some teachers tend to fill it fast, so you want to make sure that you are getting those requests in to that teacher. So items that you need to complete your application, Naviance account, social security number, or your alien registration number, teacher recommendations, personal statements, resume, and then any fees that are applied for applications. Fee waivers are available for our students. So again, once they are applying, we will help guide them through that process, but students just have to be registered for the SAT through the SAT and College Board to qualify for those fee waivers. So financial aid. So money can come from a lot of different places. So scholarship, grants, loans, work studies. These are all different ways for students to get more money for college. So who can get federal student aid? So any US citizen, and eligible non-citizens, high school graduate, valid social security number, good academic progress. These are all just options for federal student aid. So how much federal student aid can you get? So the factors in determining this, it basically takes your cost of the attendance for the school, and then your expected family contribution, and that, you minus those 2 and it equals what your financial need is. And we'll get into any help and assistance needed with filling out those forms. So the FAFSA is for federal and TAP is for state. So if any students are looking to go outside of New York, then the TAP would not apply because that is within state. We will also be posting different scholarship opportunities through our Google Classroom. Students can also search word of mouth if anyone has any jobs. There are scholarship opportunities that are offered through jobs as well. So Rochester Can also can be referred to as RCAN. This is really great if you have questions about how to complete the FAFSA form. So you can text this number here, ask questions, set up appointments. If you need help, there are also going to be some FAFSA events coming up. So there's one pretty much every month or month moving forward. So there's one in November, December, January. So all the dates and times are here. If this is something you're interested in, please take advantage of it. They will have people there who this is their job to help you through this process. Again, this is another scholarship opportunity for any of our students who are looking to go to any of the SUNY schools. That if you are a New York State resident and you qualify by making under 100,000 a year, then you can have your tuition free. So again, these links will be clickable for you to explore further. So here we also again have how to apply for aid. We have the direct sites to take you for the FAFSA and TAP. And then again, just some various scholarship search engines that you can use that are good resources moving forward. Again, notify your counselor of any scholarships that you are applying to too, because sometimes they'll have things that are required, such as transcript or most recent report card. All these things are just easier if the communication is happening. So then we get to graduation plan meetings. So this is something that is mandatory for students and families. So in order to set those up, please email. I will actually have my email on the next slide. Email so that we can get those appointments set up. We can do Zooms, we can do phone, whatever is going to work. But in those meetings, we will go over each individual grad plan, find out where they are with college application process and any financial aid plan moving forward. So again, this is my contact information here. So you can reach out with any questions that you have, as well as my phone number and my extension. Again, if you have any questions, please just let me know and we can best address those moving forward. And I believe that's it. So I hope everyone has a good day and thank you.